Well, the Waterford ladies welcome Cork to Field for the Munster final on Sunday evening at 6:30. And delighted to be joined the line now by Déise and Ballymac forward Aileen Wall. And Aileen, is everyone in the camp excited to have the game now in Field on Sunday evening?
Oh, that's it, exactly. And, it does make a big difference not having to get on a bus and haul around all your stuff, So it does make a big difference. And, support-wise as well, it'll make a massive difference. Now, we have our few supporters who will come to, no matter where we go, they'll come, but it'll be great. It'll definitely get an extra few people along to the game for us. So that would be an extra support for us. It'd be great.
Yeah, and you've happy memories of playing Cork back in 2017, Aileen, when you beat them in the Munster Championship. Was that one of the biggest victories that you've had in a Waterford jersey?
Yeah, for me now, personally anyway, I felt that was one of our best performances that I've ever played in. Everything just seemed to happen for us on the day. Now, I don't know, maybe Cork were having a bad one that day, but everything seemed to come together for us, and we just played so well and played as a group, and everything flowed from the backs to the forwards, So I thought that was a really impressive day for us. But, to replicate that again now on Sunday, that'll be the aim. But look, Cork are at the top of their game at the moment. They seem to be back on top where they were a couple of years ago. So it'll take a lot for us on Sunday now to try get back to there again.
Yeah, like Cork won by 24 points when you met them last month in CIT, Aileen. Was that a bit of a shock to the system after beating Kerry back-to-back prior to that?
Yes, it was. It was a major shock. But to be honest now, I don't think our preparation that day was the best. There was a lot going on, and there was issues with the game being played on a Saturday and a Sunday. And, I think we didn't focus enough on the game maybe that was at hand, and we didn't focus enough on maybe thinking about Cork and what they were going to come at us with. So, I think this time round now it's going to be a totally different ball game altogether. And, we've really come up with a good plan to hopefully stifle some of their key forwards, and maybe to give ourselves a bit more room in the forwards, and maybe we can play a bit more freely this time round. So, I think the preparation we've done for this game is a lot different. I suppose we were on a bit of a high, and we thought, I suppose you think you're playing great, but then you come up against one of the really strong teams in the country, and they're able to take you down a peg or two. So we just needed to reassess, and I think we have now, and we've come up with a good plan, I think.
Yeah, and that was the first time you came across Division 1 opposition this year. Did you notice it was a pretty big step up, Aileen?
Oh, a massive step up. The level that you have to be at in Division 1 is just, it's immense, and for instance, Tip this year, they did really well there in Division 1, and we'd always pin ourselves up against Tip like that. We'd hopefully be just beating them by a bit. So, we'd like to think maybe next year, we're in Division 1 now, that it'd be great getting challenges against Division 1 teams in the lead into your championship, so. But yeah, Cork, they were a bit of we didn't really expect them to be at such a high tempo and all, but we now know where it's at, we know where the level is now, and we just need to try maybe match that on Sunday if we can.
And I noticed in your player profile in the local papers this week, Aileen, that Cork legend Breach Corkery is your favourite ladies footballer. What was it about her that you admired?
Oh God, she's an amazing player. I've come across her both club and county, and her work rate, her devotion to the game, like she would do anything for the Cork jersey. And I just remember, she worked so hard no matter where it is on the field. If she was asked to go into goals, for her club, and she went in and she did a fantastic job in there. I'd say it doesn't matter where you'd put her, she'd be able for it. So I just thought her attitude towards the game was fantastic, and I think it's something a lot of us could take into our game, and it would improve our game immensely.
And did you get a chance to play with her at any stage, Aileen, with Munster or anything like that?
Yes, I played with her. I played with her once or twice in Munster. Yeah, so she was. I think she might have been even the captain one of the competitions. So she was just. It was fantastic to be alongside her and see the way she prepares and all. So it was great. And
bringing it right back to the start, Aileen, how young were you when you linked up with the Waterford adult team at first?
So I was 16. You have to be 16 now to play with the adult team. So you can only play two age groups. So I was 16 when I started. So I'm 25 now. So I'm 9 years at the senior level. But it was easy for me to join at the time because my two sisters, Linda and Mairead, were there. So it was easy to be along. I'm sure I was brought along the years before to make up numbers and all that, but I could never play, so that was my first introduction to senior football with the county.
Yeah, and like he brought All-Ireland Intermediate Trophy back to Ballymacarbery in 2015 with Linda as captain. Can you describe those couple of days, Aileen, a couple of years ago?
Oh, it was just the most amazing feeling. I'll never forget it as long as I live. It was just amazing, and to have Linda and Mairead there with me was an extra little thing, and it was fantastic. And for our family as well, it really did mean a lot. But for the club, I think that year we had maybe 7 or 8 players on the panel, and it was just such a good feeling to come and have such a big crowd, of our friends and young little girls that would be looking up to us and thinking that someday they might be able to lift a cup like that, and they have. The club has been very successful over the last few years, so I think it does pay off. And if they see people reaching these heights that we reached in 2015, that they can do it as well, and it might encourage them to stick at it. So I thought that was an amazing thing to come back and have so many people in Ballymac waiting for us to receive the cup. It meant a lot, and it'll stick in the memory, definitely.
Yeah, and like your own family are pretty avid football fans at this stage, Aileen, would that be fair to say?
Oh, definitely. Our mother and father don't miss a game. We could be playing up in Donegal now, and they'd be up to it, and they'd find their way without Google Maps. My mother, she's still not into the Google Maps yet, but she seems to make it to every GA ground that we're in. So, but we've some great supporters. A particular mention actually to Nora Wall. She just seems to get to every single game we play, and there's many more who just are great supporters of the team. So it's fantastic to have people that come along, and a family especially. It's nice to have them there on the days when you do good and when you do bad. It's nice to have a shoulder to cry on. Absolutely,
it's great to hear. And away from ladies football, Aileen, where are you working at the moment?
So I'm just qualified as a primary school teacher. So I'm inside in Clonmel at the moment in schools around the area. So trying to get my foot in the door somewhere. So, but primary teaching, I love primary teaching. So it took me a while to get here now, but finally qualified and all that. So that's where I'm at.
And just finally, Aileen, you're hoping now for a big home crowd to really roar you on now come Sunday evening against Cork.
Look, it would be fantastic. It would be fantastic to get some people in there and get a bit of hype going about it, and I think it's great. There's a few teams playing at half-time, under 12 teams. So we have three teams from the county and 1 team from Cork coming down. So even to have those little girls playing there, it'll up the attendance, and it'll, up the bit of hype about it. And, there's great coverage being done by Munster and by the Ladies Gaelic Football Association online. They're really trying to sell it. So it'd be great to get a few people there, and it's a grand time, half 6 on a Sunday evening. People might hopefully not have too much to do and pop in, and it'd be great.
Exactly. Well, Aileen, thanks a million for taking the call this evening, and all the best now on Sunday evening against Cork.
Great. Thanks a million, Tomas. Thank you.